story. It's called Charlotte's Story by Carmen Ramos. Charlotte Odell wanted to be an author. Every day after school, she would run up to her room and grab her hidden notebook from under her bed. Then she would create stories about princesses and knights, underdogs and heroes that saved the day. When her parents came home from work, she would hide the notebook under her bed again. She felt that everyone teased her about her writing like her brother did. He was the only person in her family who knew about her writing. If James saw her writing, he said, "Girls can't write stories. You would only write about stupid ponies and stuff." Charlotte refused to believe in that stereotype, and every day she continued to write. Later, when Charlotte was at school, her teacher, Mrs. Davis, told everyone about the school writing competition. "Now, children," she said, "the winner will earn a trophy and an ice cream sundae at the local ice cream shop. Any flavor you want." This made Charlotte excited. "I'll show James," she thought. That day, when she came home from school, she ran into her room and immediately started writing in her notebook. For hours on end, she wrote inside her room. Even when James came home and teased her about her writing, she still wrote stories in her room. And even when she was called to dinner, she ignored it and wrote and wrote and wrote. She knew that her story would be best if she got it finished. After writing after school became a habit. Finally, she was done. The next day, Charlotte drew illustrations for her book and turned it into the secretary's office. "Thank you, Charlotte," she said. "This story certainly looks impressive." The next day, the principal announced the winner of the school writing competition. And the winner is... Charlotte could hardly breathe. She was so nervous. "Charlotte Odell," the principal announced. Her class cheered and clapped for her. She walked up to the principal's office to collect her prize. Her classmates' delighted approval still ringing in her ears. Later that day, when Charlotte told her mom about the school competition and showed her the trophy and the coupon for a free ice cream sundae, her mom clapped in her hands and said, "That's my girl," and wrapped her in a hug. Charlotte was delighted. From inside her mom's bear hug, she could see James look down at his feet and avert his eyes. Charlotte's spirit suddenly dampened when she saw her brother's gloomy face. Later that night, Charlotte, James, and Mr. and Mrs. Odell drove down to the local ice cream shop for Charlotte's free ice cream sundae. When she got her ice cream, she dug into it, savoring the sweet flavor. When she turned around, she saw James sitting on a bench, tears dripping down his face. Charlotte sat down next to him and offered him a bite of the ice cream. "Thank you," he said, sniffling. He ate the bite, and slowly, his tears lessened to a trickle. Later that night, James apologized for saying she couldn't write stories. Charlotte gently told him that it was all right. "Thank you for apologizing," she said. "A lot of people I know wouldn't have the courage to say sorry." James beamed and hugged her. After winning the school competition, Charlotte felt that she could write anything. Whenever she finished a story, she would share it with family and friends who always applauded and praised her. Her parents encouraged her to share her talent with the world, and she did. She wrote this story.